Okay, good evening everybody. My name is Brian. I'm here to present our product, BLIINK, on behalf of our team. Okay, so what is BLIINK? BLIINK is a... So it's smart bicycle lighting for safety and wayfinding. Basically, it's a product. And the problem is this. So you hop on your bike, you want to get from A to B. You don't particularly know where you're going. You take out your phone while you're cycling, and inevitably this is going to hurt you. And in addition to this, we have standard lighting, which is a small red light on the back, but there's nothing to indicate that they're indicating. So people put out their arms, but this is not very visible. And what we aim to address these two sort of problems. So what is it? This is the solution. So it's a small device that fits on the end of each of your handlebars, battery operated, and it has lights that face forward, backwards, and towards the user. It also has a mechanism within it that can vibrate each handlebar to let you know which direction to go. So this pairs up with your phone, and once you're paired with your phone, then you're connected to the web. This allows us to predefine where you want to go from A to B, and as you cycle, your bars will vibrate to let you know which direction to go, and it'll also indicate to whoever's behind you that you're about to turn. This means no more distractions, you just focus on cycling and not trying to hit cars. So, where do we want to use this? So, as I explained already, cyclists looking for directions, this is your main target. But also you could aim this towards couriers and also sports cyclists. So anyone who wants to get exercise and keep track of where they're going. So where's our market? We aim to sell this for around €70, hopefully on Kickstarter first, to build up our brand. And this is tapping into a €385 billion market worldwide. 16% of it, that's the bicycle accessories. So other opportunities. Once this is established, we could start looking at things like predefined routes. So possibly targeting city bikes like Dublin bikes. So you'd have a tourist arriving at a destination or just people who live in the area, take out a city bike which has this mechanism built into it and say, give me a tour of Dublin. And this will take you around the city, stopping at each of the interesting points. You hop off, your phone continues, this is Dublin Castle and this is the history about it. Back onto your bike and it takes you off to the next destination. There's a whole sports aspect as well. So you could potentially race a friend of yours who's 5,000 miles away just by coordinating your start times and similar routes. We could also tackle, give me a 15-kilometer journey, medium intensity, not too many hills. It'll generate the map for you, feed it back to you, and you start racing. We could also have a sort of cat and mouse setup where two cyclists are effectively chasing each other. The first one defines the route as he goes along, and this feeds back into the second cyclist who has to try and find them and catch them. So our team are these. So we have a couple of hardware guys, business development, our design guy over here in the corner, and 3D visualization. So that's basically BLIINK. We'll take any questions you have now. Yeah, so ideally we'd have a Bluetooth, a low energy Bluetooth setup. You'd probably have to have one in each module, or one Bluetooth to one, which has a different communication across. And this is fed off your phone, so directions from Google Maps or whoever your map choice is feeds into these and then sets off your lighting and your sensors. Exactly, the phone is doing all the hard work. There's minimal enough hardware built onto the bike itself. We aim to just have these as a detachable item as well. Obviously much smaller than what our prototype looks like here. But you just mount some plastic or metal receiver into the end of your handlebars, and then these two devices can pop on In fact, someone pointed out something interesting that you could then take them off, drop them in your pockets, and continue on the exact same journey.
Is it a product or a service?
Yes. So it's the product, and then you can potentially build different types of software on top of that. So what we hinted there with the roots and the sports stuff, that could be all just on top of the product itself.
So the €70 would just buy the device, that also get you a subscription to the BLIIINK community?
Well, that would be, it would be included maybe further down the line if you were offered some type of premium software service. That could be an avenue as well.
Yeah, I think you'd have to offer the online service free first. You're putting your money into the hardware and you're signed up. You still get the functionality of it, and then you offer potential some sort of upgrade package to that for people who are maybe really into their sports or really into their statistics about how fast or slow they're going.
Yeah,
Essentially the exact same way.
I think it's a slight design modification for a rear-facing sports bike. So it could be, it would just be pointing the light in a different way.
Yeah, so people who are into racing bikes have no problem spending €2,000 or €3,000 on a set of wheels. We'd aim to have maybe a higher end version of this, which would obviously be made of much better materials, much lighter. Every gram counts when you're that sort of cyclist.
Can you modify the technology enough to make it a wearable device on each of your wrists instead and take it off the bike?
I think it'll really come down to how small we can make it. So obviously our prototype is quite large, but the technology in it is quite small. So I'd say we might be able to shrink it down to not button size, but certainly a small enough size. We hadn't really aimed it at. In fact, this project started as something that you would wear, but we kind of moved away from that because we didn't think people would like to put on some sort of device just to drive their car or walk around. We felt it made a lot more sense when you mount it to a bicycle. But the fact that you can detach them and, as I said, maybe throw them in your pockets is not ideal. But yeah, you could have a separate sort of wearable that you attach to your wrists. Yeah.
And you got manual control for indication.
Yes, sorry, I forgot to mention that. There's a manual override on each of them, so you can not, if you don't know where you're going, you can activate each of them individually. So I'm getting the stuff, sorry.
BLIIINK.